most of the guys here been to the penitentiary. And once you go do your time, then when you come out, they say they don't want to hire you because you've been to the penitentiary. Now, how do they expect you to stay out of the penitentiary if nobody wants to hire you after you do your time? I'm just saying, a program like this make it so a person can get on his feet without having to do things he would rather not do.
The bottom line is the job market is very, very small for people with felony records. We now incarcerate more per capita than Russia and China combined. And we forget that 97% of everybody incarcerated will eventually return to their communities. So we have to ensure public safety. We have to make certain that people pay for their crimes. But once they come back, we've got to give them a fighting chance to do the right thing.
Indianapolis is really facing something that every major city and really every community is facing throughout the nation, and that is a significant number of individuals coming back from incarceration. It is the second largest group of entrants into the workforce annually. They deserve and they need a second chance, and we need to help them find that.
We're picking up electronic waste from all over the city, all over central Indiana, and really all over the state of Indiana.
What you're seeing here is the demanufacturing floor. This is where the men work to tear down the computers and sort the various parts. We're doing everything from microwaves to CPUs, CRT monitors, hard drives, a whole host of items we tear apart. These are the motherboards that come out of the computers. This is an important item. The motors, of course, or the power sources are aluminum that come off of the computers. So this is all sold here in Indiana, recycled here in Indiana.
It just so happens that this partnership is a win-win situation for the city of Indianapolis. Number one, we have what we feel is a very competent contractor to manage our e-scrap and e-waste. Number two, it gives the city great pride in knowing that through this partnership, we are also providing support to ex-felons to help them with a very formalized reentry into society.
I'm on the floor doing hard drives, which comes out of a CPU unit, which Mr. Swivey back here is taking apart. It comes out as in a hole. It has to be taken to a center to be degouged, which wipes clean all the information off of it. Then once it's degouged, it's sent back out onto the floor. And as you can see, the actual hard drive, the reader arms, it has a lot of metal in it. So basically, everything that you see will be broken down into certain parts. Actually, this was my first assignment, was demanufacturing hard drives.
David Smith is nearing the end of his 6-month period with us. We're hoping he's going to move into the trade and construction industry. That's a big outflow for our people. We have men in the painters union. We have men in the electrical union. So the construction industry, the trades, are a very important outflow for our men.
Not only training people for jobs, which was the traditional way of doing it, but getting them in jobs quickly and then helping them stay in the jobs, and that requires a lot of support, and that's what Workforce Inc. does. They have turned that now to ex-offenders who are coming out of prison who also need job training, job placement, and they need to have a lot of support to retain those jobs.
Indiana has got a very, very innovative program through the Indiana Department of Corrections. It is called the Plainfield Reentry Facility. It is probably the only one of its kind where men are still incarcerated behind the walls, but they live as if they were not. They dress in civilian clothes, they have jobs. Mr. Cross and our program is out there on a continual basis.
Helping them with their housing, helping them with their child support, helping them with their identification, helping them with budgeting, getting their budgets together, setting up accounts. Everything that's necessary to help a man get on his feet and stay on his feet as he reenters society from incarceration.
This is innovative because it takes a factor that I don't think anyone else has addressed, which is this child support factor, which is a huge obstacle for a lot of people coming out. And I don't think anyone else is addressing it, so we're on the cutting edge.
I believe it's innovative. The Department of Child Services Child Support Bureau is fully behind this project. We want to see all children succeed. We want to do what we can for the benefit of the child. And it is by helping the incarcerated parent when they are released from prison that will help the child.
In many cases, the men have been disconnected from their families for a long time and their children. And coming back, it's a very difficult process. The fatherhood program is something that's very special to us and to the men. We've been very fortunate to be funded by the Clues Foundation and the Nina Mason Pulliam Foundation to provide fatherhood support, training, and education to the men.
I feel like I was changing while I was in the program. They gave me a chance. And I was on something called home detention. They helped me get off of that. You know what I'm saying? They helped me get my license back. So right now I'm doing pretty good.
Mr. Dillon, was incarcerated, went through that process of being disconnected from his family, being disconnected from his children, and then, came to us. And one of the first things that he wanted to do was to say, well, what can you all do to help me, be a better father? And so we were able to do that. And, he's with his children. He's participating in their education, which is one thing that we really stress.
We need to address prisoner reentry. We need to address parental obligation. And we need to do those things together.
Workforce Inc., which provides a transitional work environment. So these individuals can come to Workforce Inc., they have a job immediately on day one, and while they're working in this transitional environment, they get the services that they need to stabilize, to get work ready, to move into the open economy.
We could not exist here without partners. Our partners range from many local foundations that support our activities, the City of Indianapolis, who contracts with us through the recycling program, also through community development block grants. Indianapolis is one of 5 sites in the country looking to develop programs to help ex-offenders return to society. We want people all over the country to know that transitional jobs are the way of the future for people coming out from incarceration. We encourage every municipality and state to consider this approach. It works. We're proof here today that it does work.